Let's talk about it. Intoxicated Tyson Fury, escorted out of a pub, raises concerns over his mental health. So, footage was released of Tyson Fury intoxicated in a pub, struggling to walk, and then he face plants onto the concrete. We're going to take a look at the video. So, here's the footage right here. And as you can see from the footage, Tyson Fury is unsteady on his feet. You see security's holding him up. Now, obviously, if Tyson Fury wasn't intoxicated, these security guys can stop him. And now you see him on the floor,
Oh my god. Oh
struggling to get up.
my god.
And so that has raised some concerns over Tyson Fury. Now, I tweeted this. If you don't follow me, you can follow me at Caden the Geek on Twitter. Now, of course, you know, Twitter's characters limits what you can write. So here's what I tweeted. Remember when they said AJ was mentally ? Time has revealed AJ was mentally stronger than Fury and Wilder the entire time. John and Tommy need to grow a pair and tell Tyson, you're going to have to fight us to get to the bottle. He still has a chance to rewrite history. So, of course, what I was referring to is, you remember AJ when he suffered his defeats to Andy Ruiz, and in the rematch he fought, but he didn't engage like the old Anthony Joshua. People were questioning whether or not he was shell shocked, whether he still had the desire to go in there and actually fight and get into a slugfest. Then other things started to happen where he lost to Usyk. He threw the belts, had a meltdown. He paid like $2,000 to sleep in the dark room, and everyone was questioning his mental toughness. Even before his fight with Otto Wallin was saying, "Oh, I don't think he's mentally tough." Even before he fought Francis Ngannou was saying he knew Tyson Fury was resilient. He knew Tyson Fury was mentally tough. He knew if he dropped Tyson Fury, it wouldn't be over. But he felt like he could knock out Anthony Joshua. So, you know what happened to Otto Wallin? AJ stopped him, and he knocked Francis Ngannou out cold. Something Tyson Fury wasn't able to do with both opponents. But they still looked at Anthony Joshua and questioned his mental toughness, but they automatically just gave it to Tyson Fury that he was mentally tough. So I tweeted that, and then someone retweeted my tweet and made a statement to which I had to respond to. So we're going to take a look at that as well. And then I'll dive in and give my official take on this. So this person tweeted, are we really questioning the mentality of a man who was suicidal, wanted to crash his car to end it, turn his life around, inspired millions, and win another world heavyweight championship? No one comes close. To which I responded, you do realize that abusing drugs and alcohol is a sign of mental weakness. Perhaps you don't. The truth is, anyone who has never used drugs or alcohol to deal with the stresses of life is mentally stronger than Tyson Fury. So that was my response to him. So in talking about this, I would just like to say, before I jump into what I'm going to say, I am not judging anyone. Life is hard, and some people handle things differently. Some people handle depression differently. Some people handle stress differently. And I said this before on Boxing Bros on the episode. I said some people eat cookies, and some people didn't get what I was saying. What I'm saying is some people deal with depression by eating. There's a show called My 600-Pound Life. You should take a look at it. People actually just eat themselves to death. Like, it's a real thing. They just get depressed and they eat. Some people drink when they get depressed to deal with these issues. And some people use drugs. In each case, people are abusing a substance to make themselves feel better, to deal with the pressures of life. And so my point to this guy is that not that Tyson Fury isn't mentally strong, not that he's not tough, but it takes more mental strength not to turn to those vices. It takes more mental strength to face the problems head on without having to deal with the substances, without needing something to cushion the blow. So that's what I was saying. And when it comes to Tyson Fury, it's been reported that he's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The famous exchange between Simon Jordan and Frank Warren, where Simon Jordan was just criticizing Tyson Fury and his behavior, and Frank Warren said, well, you can't criticize him because he has bipolar disorder. And Frank was saying, well, why can't I? I mean, not Frank, but Simon Jordan was saying to Frank, why can't I criticize Tyson Fury? Because he has, and Frank was saying, because he has bipolar disorder. And this is the thing I don't like. When you hold people to a standard and then they want to use the fact that, oh, well, he had these issues or he does this, they use whatever battles they may have had as an excuse for why you can't hold them to a standard. I really dislike that. So because personally, I'm speaking for myself, I don't drink, I never have. I don't smoke weed, I never have. I don't use any drugs, I never have. So because you chose to do all those things, now I'm supposed to not hold you to a standard. So I can be held to a standard because I never did anything. It's okay to hold me to a standard. But because you had vices in the past, I can't hold you to a standard. So what you're basically saying is you can't hold Tyson Fury to the same standard as Anthony Joshua because Tyson Fury was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. You can't hold Tyson Fury to the same standard as Anthony Joshua because he once was suicidal when he used drugs and he abused alcohol. So now we can't hold him to the same standard as Anthony Joshua. So that's what you're telling me. Although they're in the same profession, they do the same exact thing. You were willing to say he was a better fighter than Anthony Joshua. But as soon as things get revealed that maybe he's not, now you can't go at him the same way you went at Anthony Joshua. Because remember, every opponent they have in common, Anthony Joshua, when he won, he knocked out the opponent. Tyson Fury couldn't do it. And then with Alexander Usyk, yeah, some people say he did better. Even I said he did better because he had Usyk in trouble. But it is true that Usyk would have knocked him out in the 9th round if all things were on the up and up. And if that 9th round goes according to the way it should have gone, would we be saying Tyson Fury did better than Anthony Joshua? Even in the first fight, in the 12th round, when Anthony Joshua was on the ropes and he was looking extremely gassed, right? That was at the end of the fight. That was in the very last round of the fight. Tyson Fury in the 9th round looked absolutely done. And you got to give him credit. He was able to survive and he was able to finish the round. But again, bravery, courage isn't the same as mental toughness. Yes, if you punch Tyson Fury, if you knock Tyson Fury down, he will get back up. Mental toughness is being able to deal with the demons, knowing you're not good enough, knowing you couldn't beat this man, knowing that perhaps maybe you're not the generational great that you said you were, that you were being advertised as, that everyone promoted you as, that people were kissing up to you as, to sit there with those thoughts. That's what mental toughness is. Of course, when people are praising you, when everyone's saying you're great, life is easy. What happens when it's the opposite? What happens when you're facing criticism? What happens when people are saying you're not as good? What happens when people are saying you're overrated? That's what Anthony Joshua had to deal with. That's what Tyson Fury is currently dealing with. And in those times, we never saw Anthony Joshua falling out of a pub, face planting, and being intoxicated. And I guarantee you, if we did, it would have been another reason as to why Anthony Joshua was not mentally tough. But you can't say anything about Tyson Fury because he's diagnosed with bipolar disorder. You can't call out Tyson Fury's mental toughness because in the past he was suicidal when he overcame alcohol and depression. You overcame that. Kudos to you. Salute to you. But there's irreparable damage that comes with that. I know so many people who OD'd. They didn't get a second chance. I know so many people who have liver issues and health issues due to abusing alcohol. Even or even if they kick the habit, even when they kick the even, they still are living with irreparable damage that they did to their body. And you can look at Earl Spence and the way he performed. You can look at Adrian Broner. And perhaps even Tyson Fury's damage that he's done to his body showed in that Usyk fight. Because in the first 6 rounds, it was looking like a Tyson Fury wash. But then he didn't have the tank. He didn't have the stamina. He faded. Would he have faded if he didn't have that stint where he went to 400 pounds and where he was abusing his body? And if he would have just lived a professional lifestyle like Usyk, if he would have stayed in shape all year round like Usyk, if he didn't abuse alcohol and drugs like Usyk, would he have been able to make it through? And again, this isn't me disrespecting people who go through that, because my parents dealt with alcohol and drug issues. It impacted the relationship they have with me forever as their kid, the way I had to grow up. There's irreparable damage that can never be repaired. I've forgiven them, but there's life experiences that I had to go through that can never be undone. So when people act like, oh, it's just a drink. No, it's not just a drink. Oh, it's just a little drugs. Like Oscar, oh, it's just a little, just a little sugar. Nah, it's not just a little sugar. And when people act like, oh, because he went through all this and he overcame it, you have to see that as impressive. I don't. I'm more impressed with the person who never had to use it. I'm more impressed with the person who had the mental toughness to face life head on without turning to the bottle. I'm more impressed with the person who could face life head on without having to turn to the drugs. Somehow we live in a society where if you were strong enough to not need anything to numb the pain, you're crucified for it. Because see, you can hold AJ to a standard now. You can give AJ responsibility. That's what it is, accountability. When you don't turn to anything, when you don't use any substances, when you don't have the story of being mentally weak, or you don't have the story of, now people can hold you accountable. Now they can hold you to a standard. Now they don't have to soft serve their opinions of you. But soft serve your opinions of Tyson Fury. Oh, don't hold Tyson Fury too accountable now. You do know this, right? What you talking about? The man is in the ring. Does he know right from wrong? You mean to tell me he don't know right from wrong? You mean to tell me that? So in the end, keeping it real, like I always do, I understand that this world has issues. There are going to be people who turn to substances to numb the pain. There may be people who turn to food, people who turn to this. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But I'm saying if you overcome that and you get in the workforce, people should be allowed to judge your performance and to criticize your performance the same as anyone else, and not have to hear, oh, well, you have to lower the standard for this person because this person was once doing this, or this person was once doing that. Or you can't say anything about Tyson Fury because he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Because the thing is, if no one holds Tyson Fury accountable, we're stopping him from hitting another pub and doing this again. That's why I said it needs to be Tommy Fury and John Fury there saying to him, like, bro, you're not getting to the bottle. We know you act like losing to Usyk doesn't matter. You act like you don't care about the belts. We know you're not fooling us. Let's go get them back. Let's get out and train. Anytime you want to drink, I'm getting the mitts. Anytime you want to drink, we're going for a run. Anytime you want to drink, we're going to pop in the tape, and you're going to see how you're going to watch the rounds that you dominated. And we're going to talk about how much more you could have dominated this fight if you were training more instead of drinking, if you were training more instead of doing these things. And if you really want this, you're going to have to sacrifice. Let's start by sacrificing alcohol. Let's start by sacrificing that. Let's put the bottle away. You can make this right in real life. You can get this done right now. But you're going to have to put that bottle down. You're going to have to fight me to get to the bottle. Okay, you get through. You're going to have to fight me and Tommy. Okay, now you got to fight me, Tommy, and Shane. Now you got to fight me, Tommy, and Shane, and whoever. The point is, you got to hold the dude accountable. You got to hold the dude accountable. Because although some of you want people to throw softballs at Tyson Fury, the majority of the fans and the majority of the people who are watching this, we're going to call it for what it is. Okay? Just like I'm willing to bet the ones of you who want us to throw softballs at Tyson Fury, you would be calling it what it is if it was Anthony Joshua face planting after leaving the bar or leaving the club. You criticize AJ for yelling at some college students who were disrespecting him when he went up to them and said, "Hey, I'm not the one. Watch who you talking to." You all criticized him for that. Say, "Oh, AJ sensitive. Why he gonna go check them college kids for?" You criticize everything Anthony Joshua ever did, and you use it as a sign of mental weakness. But when it comes to Tyson Fury, you softball it. Well, Tyson Fury is looking like he's having some mental health issues right now, and people need to hold him accountable as well. And before you go acting like I'm some Tyson Fury hater, go run my record. Go see how much I support Tyson Fury. And I am a fan of Tyson Fury. I even picked Tyson Fury to beat Usyk. I just don't play those games. And on the same platform, you can check when David Benavidez gave an interview with his slurred speech and he was drunk. I called him out and people got mad at me saying, "Whoa, how you going to call him out?" It's whatever. I'm not telling people what to do. If Tyson Fury wants to drink, that's fine. But you can't be out in public face planting. You can't. You can't do that, especially when you're a public figure. And if you do that, you got to be called out. Anyways, that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe they're right. Maybe I am being too harsh. But again, I'm someone who grew up with drugs and alcohol in my home, and I never did drugs and I never drank because I saw what it did to the people around me, right? I saw the impact. I saw how people lose themselves. I saw that. I never want to be that. So it's not like I'm holding someone to a standard that I don't hold myself to. But again, if you think that I'm too hard and too tough on this, let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you listening. I'm going to move on to the next topic. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.